Ladies and gents, welcome to some low Elo Legends. And to start this one off, you're going to see things you're not normally used to seeing, which would be 2 trade carts in the Dark Age. Because the map is called Marketplace, and you don't start with scouts, you start with those 2 trade carts. And, an option on this map is actually to trade with Gaia. So every corner has markets that are indestructible. And if you eventually make a market of your own, you can then use trade carts to trade back and forth and get a little bit of gold. In the blue, we have Theolino, who I may shorten and call Theo. And then in the red, we have Jose. And it is Portuguese for Jose here in the red. And then it is Sicilians for Theo. Now, I got to catch when they were loading into the game the little icons. There's these icons that you can set. Many of them you unlock just by doing things in the game. There are actually some new ones where you can buy them, but just like the normal unlockable icons, Jose's was a bird. I think that's a default one. It's just like a random bird in the sky, right? So it's just like this. There's the bird. Enjoy that. That's basically what it looked like. But Theo's was a sergeant. So Theo's was exactly what is next to his civilization at the top of my scoreboard, which tells me that Theo probably only plays the Sicilians, or at least currently plays the Sicilians, and wants to go sergeants. So this player, sergeant, is apparently a part of his whole identity. So I wonder if at 750 elo here, he's going to try something similar to what you pudding and like Phosphor would do with the, oh God, the trade. Oh God, the trade. Oh God, the trade! Sad. With the sergeants, with the Sicilians. Also, hold on. Can we please appreciate the animation on the trade cart when it goes down? Look at the direction the wheels go. Look at where the horse goes. Look at where the rider goes. I mean, I know it's gruesome and it's sad, but watch it. 10 out of 10. I made a destruction animations video, like most satisfying destruction animation or death animation. I don't think we did a trade cart, though. So I was wondering if Red would know about this map. Red seems to. And anytime there's a map like this that's being played in ranked, I just assume that one player has favorited it. If you look at how this is played out, it seems pretty clear. Like, Blue didn't go to the corners. Blue, ran the trade directly into his opponent's TC. Red is already pre-checking the corners. So I think Jose picked this map. And maybe Blue doesn't really know what to do. We did have a game on this map earlier. One guy looked like he had never played it before, and it was funny because he noticed the trade carts, he noticed the markets, and he just built like all these barracks next to the market, but he just forgot to do everything else that you need to do, like economy. So, Arch Mama, thanks for the primes. Man, there's been a lot of new subs today. Have I done something to call it to bring in the new people, or have people just been sitting on primes that they haven't used in a while? Thank you for that. Indivix, thanks for the 19. Says, the road to greater than Elo goes on, and we are there to witness his rise to greatness. Yes, that was referring to a previous player. Exactly. That was kind of my point with watching that guy. So if I had a prediction right now, I think Theo goes Fast Castle, makes a dungeon, and tries to rush the opponent with sergeants. And I would predict that Red loses his villager. Red, can you save it? No. Oh, God. Oh. Oh, no. Run away. Jose, run, please. Save the villager. Garrison? Okay. Whew. That was a close call there for Jose. I think we've all been there where we lose one, and then we panic trying to save it, and we lose another. Ooh, Blue lost some geese. All right. And Red continues to scout here with the trade carts. Did you guys know that if you press the idle eco hotkey, like idle villager hotkey, that it takes you to idle trade carts? I learned that this week because I was playing this map and I kept checking my idle villagers because I kind of do that as part of a habit, as just a habit I always do. And it would always get my trade carts. And it was rather annoying. Blue found the geese here. I mean, it's a good thing. Obviously, it's helpful, but It's annoying on the start on this map because you can't like auto trade cart like you can auto scout, for example. Noticing blue still hasn't made a lumber camp yet for wood. So this is definitely a start that's far from standard. Really heavy on food right now. It's going to stone already. Okay, yeah. So Theo is thinking castle or dungeons or something to make the sergeants, but is going to get there in a more unique fashion. And what Red is doing is pretty textbook. Like, mill on the deer, brought in the boar. Brought in both boars, I assume. I don't see the other one. Making some farms. Probably should take the berries, too. Feels like a fast castle from Red as well here. Do I have anyone here who would consider themselves to be a one-trick pony? Like, pick the same strat, do the same strat, win or lose, repeat. I think I know. I mean, everyone's a little bit different. If you're a one-trick pony, what's the reasoning behind that? Do you have more fun that way? Is it simplify the game for you? I'm just curious on your thinking. I've got my own theories. I don't want to explain, try and describe your player type without, getting your perspective here. There's less stress. Okay. Less nervous to know what I'm doing, all right? Don't have time to learn new stuff. Just got to go with what I know. Yeah, that right there is exactly what I was thinking. Like, I think it's easier as a player. It's like, I pick a strat. I do the strat. It simplifies things for you to just kind of know what the plan is, right? Learning strats takes time, and learning the hard way, right? Losing lots of games potentially. I also think... Here's the thing about one-tricking. You have a much better chance at winning, at getting a higher rank and getting more wins if you just stick to one strategy. Because you kind of learn that to a T. There's no learning period. It's like, there's a lot of 750 Elo players who, if they were to play random Civ, would probably be like 500 Elo. And that goes all the way up to the top, right? Like, Huang, for example, love the guy to death. Phosphorus, love him to death. You eliminate 3 or 4 civs, and then suddenly, they're just not quite the same. I personally don't do a lot of one-tricking, but I really see the importance of it. This is a strategy game, right? Not even one-tricking, but like, for whatever reason, I feel like people look down on like, oh, you picked a civ. Well, yeah, it's a strategy game. I want to know what freaking strategy I'm going to do. Like, duh, people pick civs. I think the people who look down on people who pick civs is just the people who play the game a long time, and then they're sick and tired of facing that particular thing. But yeah, so anyways, I was just curious on that. Still very curious on what exactly Blue's going to do. Like, Blue went to stone. Blue, I think, is walking this way. Oh, oh, is Blue going to build... Is that the plan? Okay, but here's my thought. I think Red knows the map, picked the map, and thus is going to mark it here and is going to want to trade. I don't think Blue knows this map, but I think Blue is trying to adapt to it here, right? And so Blue's thinking, ooh, if I control the corners with dungeons, the enemy can't do anything. And it's like, ooh, more to stone? Okay, that's good. And you know what Blue's forgetting about? Economy. Farms. I mean, Blue, you can't forget about food economy here. Man, it's so funny how this has happened twice now. The other time we did Marketplace, the one guy, like, he played standard and he played to the map a little bit by adding the market. And then, like, the other guy looked completely clueless. This guy also seems like he is completely clueless right now. Like, maybe clueless is the wrong word. He's got a clue, right? But he skipped steps here. This is like, this is like thinking you can drive, like, because you know how to click on your seatbelt, right? There's a whole period of learning. There's a build-up to actually being able to drive. Maybe that's a really bad example, but... Now, he may also use the market a lot here. We got some farms coming up now. We got the market. We got the blacksmith. But resources collected way higher for red. And red now has gold coming in from the trade cards to the market. Might even see a little bit more trade here as well. Running before you can walk. Yes, exactly. That's essentially, you have to walk before you can run. That's essentially what I would tell blue right now. Blue just kind of forgot the basic thing of keeping economy rolling. Naked Dave says, why do people never raid in this game? This is just lower ranks, so you don't see as much raiding. But we've had raids today, and there's raids all the time. It's just because the buildup of economy is so important and takes so much time, you don't see as many raids early at this rank. But, I mean, red is just kept the game flowing smoothly. Adding more trade, which blue is also doing, by the way. Has really well-balanced economy. And is also going to add scouts. And I'm struggling to see a way back for poor blue. Just like, usually it's like one player has good eco, but they're not making army. Here, red has the better economy, and he's making army. Now, we'll see if red knows how to control it. It could be, you know, one of these situations, which I think you guys all understand. I still haven't put that on a hotkey on my stream deck. I'm so lazy. I just tab over to the other screen. But it's the best meme, man. We have the Lel emote based around this. This is the best meme. Because we all understand. Zinger Whip, thank you. Thanks for the kind words. Thanks for the sub. All right, so Jose clicks up to Castle Age. Wow, very, very smooth play from Jose. Also, it's like fairly balanced, right? Like has enough, like perfect amount of villagers on gold, doesn't have too much. Couple villagers on stone, doesn't have too much. Gonna wall a little bit now. Oh, we have sergeants, shoot. Okay, we have sergeants from the northern dungeon, which is gonna take forever. How much you want to bet he builds a dungeon here? Yeah, let's go, baby! Teachable Shelf says, I still don't understand why 1,000 Elo is where everyone is plunked down initially. Seems absurd. I think that's also how Elo works in most games. I think that's how the Elo system is designed. Elo, of course, isn't specific to Age of Empires 2. I agree that, like, the initial process, like, the way Elo works in Age 2 is really brutal if you're trying to learn. Like, I think there's a lot of different ways to do it, and I'm going to talk about that in a video, but again, like, so recently, I was talking to my brother a little bit about chess, and here's another dungeon here. Yeah, so this is Theo's plan. Sergeants are really strong, so maybe Theo can hang in this and control the markets. But he was explaining chess to me, and he explained how, like, the Elo works there. It's the same thing. You start at, like, 1,000, you play 10 games. So 8 sergeants. Now, again, sergeants are pretty strong. Like, they can hold their own against a couple knights. Well, depending on how many sergeants we have. If Theo can get through this wall, so this is where it gets interesting. So red probably doesn't notice this. Actually, red did notice that because this trade card's coming back. Red just clicked these. Wow, red is aware. And red might click scouts to this corner, and this is already being protected. Anyone else picking up on what blue's plan is now and liking it? It took time. Like, that period where blue just didn't have food really slowed him down. But now, Theo's looking like... Theo's been in the kitchen. He's been cooking, man. Did the scouts spot that? No, they did not, actually. Are they headed back over there now? No. Where's the trade at now? Okay, so you could still trade... So it actually looks... Sorry, I've never tried to analyze trade carts to the degree I am now. Let's see, where does it go? All right, so from his market now, probably to this one. Yes, because he noticed that there was a building being built there, but he doesn't know. Oh, moonwalking trade cart. I don't know how the horse doesn't break an ankle. He doesn't know that there's also a dungeon here. Oh, and we also have sergeants attacking, and the sergeants are not something that Red has a response to. So there's a lot of things happening. Now, these trade carts are going to be okay because there's only one arrow shooting out of the dungeon, but still. Oh, and we also have... Oh, God, the meme! The meme we just showed! Guys, it's worse! Except only this time, Blue is too busy watching the sergeants that Blue doesn't realize. Oh, and the town bell has been rung. The ring of fear and the ring of panic. I mean, that was an amazing scout rush there from Red. Red also paid attention. Well played. And yeah, Blue lost 10 eco in this game. But does have the woodline controlled. Sergeants get stronger in Castle Age. This could still be really good for Blue. This could be pretty chaotic for Red. Red. Oh, okay, unrings the bell. And now has sergeants. Yeah, and sergeants have the Castle Age stats now. They get more HP and more armor in Castle. The scouts will die. So you need wood and you need stone to build more dungeons. And as I'm sure you realize, sergeants can actually build the building they can create more of themselves in. So it could be really awkward to deal with them. What you need right now if you're Red is you need army to deal with this. Knights would be an option. Red's kind of struggling for food at the moment, I'm realizing. Has a lot of everything else. You could also drop a castle and go organ guns, but Red doesn't quite have the stone for that. Red's all over this stone, though. Might be waiting for it. And the trade is, like, looping through here. Trade isn't actually that important here, right? It's just, like, villagers and everything else, but... And Blue is going crazy dungeons. Now, you can't build castles with the dungeons. Or with the sergeants, sorry. Blue's going crazy with the sergeant production. And the trade production, but really far behind in villagers. Oh, God, don't chase a freaking trade cart with sergeants. No, it's faster than you. There's a horse and there's wheels. Okay, there he goes. Waddling after the trade cart. Guys, can't you run a little bit faster, you freaking lazy guys? I guess that is a really heavy shield. Oh, they need to rest. Oh, boy. Well, over here, there's more sergeants. And down goes a villager. But Red drops the castle. Red also queued up a bunch of cav archers, panicked about the situation. Cav archers could be good too. We'll see if upgrades come in. Okay, here we go again. Look at them waddle. Going after the trade. Can they kill it? Other trade carts still trading. 18 HP. Here we go. Dungeon gets the kill. That's the first trade cart killed by Blue this game. As you can see, it's taken some time for this all to pay off. Red is still focused on the economy. Red's now going to make a lot of organ guns and the cav archers. This is going to be pretty tough for Blue. But Blue says, 2 dungeons is literally doubling my presence in this corner. 2 is better than 1 and is going to build this here. Now, you know, this map is all about the trade in these in their eyes too. So, you know, I say, you know, you could focus on the other things and still be fine. But Red might be really overwhelmed by the opponent being in these corners. Like, look. That's some damage right there. The sergeants are definitely much better off just waiting for the trade. So Red might have to live life with no trade here. But Red has collected 5,000 more resources. And organ guns are great against infantry. Cav archers, great against infantry, assuming upgrades come in. This is a good spot for Red to be in, despite the current situation. Now, if Blue can manage the economy, things could be fantastic. I wonder if Blue's going to be tempted to go First Crusade. Remember that Blue is a Sicilian picker. And when you build a castle, you can research First Crusade. You get, is it 5 or is it 7? It used to even be 10. It's like you get free sergeants. They pop out of your TCs then. You can get a big spike in army. I think it's 5 now. But obviously, out of a max of 5 TCs, there's only 2 TCs. It wouldn't be worth it right now. And you can only do it once. The sergeants just pull back to the dungeons now. Yeah, I think blue needs to continue to just be a pest on the sides and hope red never attacks him. Because it does seem like blue's creating the vills, has a defensive castle now, getting some relics, adding some trade. Like, if blue holds on, this position could be pretty solid. Like, you could tell red feels a little dominated right now. Like, red seems a little worried. It's like everywhere he looks, there's pressure. And you will feel like, without trade, you're behind maybe if you're red. Red doesn't know that he's ahead by 20 vills, because he didn't kill that many. Yashiman, sorry I missed you. Gifted us up. Thank you for that. Also, no blacksmith upgrades for red could be an issue. Or not for organ guns, though. Organ guns don't benefit from blacksmith upgrades. They're just amazing already. But for the cav archers. Oh, is chat on screen stuck right now? I don't think it is. These nuts, thanks for the 3 months. I think it's fine. I think resub messages just don't show there. Chat seems fine. Okay. So red's like, I'm going to kill your trade now and wall it up. Blue is on the way to imp. Blue knows there's archers, so is thinking about making skirms, but blue did not see the cav archers here. And this could be a feast for red if only red had fletching and clicks anything but the lumber camp. Okay. Well, yeah, you take out that lumber camp, Jose. He says, are you going to chop wood there? No way, Jose. That's right. No wood for you. Gives time for blue to leave. Okay, I think red didn't realize that. Now red attacks the vills. Red's like, I thought there were more vills here. What happened to them? Oh, they're all in that castle. Blue's a town bell ringer, and that never instills me with confidence when dealing with raids, right? Like, oh my god, it's all idle. As red attacks another lumber camp, there's just nowhere to raid because every villager is protected if you're blue. And that sounds like a positive when you're being attacked, right? Every villager's protected. That sounds like a good thing. It's actually bad in Age of Empires. You want your villagers to be working, ideally. So you got to learn over time. You know, instead of hiding them in the castle, you pull them over here, maybe build a new lumber camp here so they can continue to work, right? In theory, that's what you should be thinking about. Whoops. Red is attacking the sergeants here. Cav archers are much faster than the sergeants, but we'll see where red ends up going here. Yeah, red should kill this. He's got the hill. Even no upgrades. Doesn't matter. Sergeants don't have many upgrades either. And now blue's an imp. But imp with what army? Imp with what plan? Nice job from red to wall that up. I think skirmishers may be the plan for blue, but economy is just... It's just not a great spot right now for him. Still no lumber camp here. Maybe we'll see that eventually, but now there's no wood because skirms are being made. And blue's just still flying. Blue's on the way to imp. Blue has researched great eco upgrades. You could tell, like, blue isn't a player who really switches away from the sergeants that frequently. That just, it seems to be the case. Blue isn't a player who maybe manages the situations as well if the sergeants don't work early on. Red has made a lot of different units this game. The Portuguese are known for their flexibility. Organ guns. Cav archers aren't awful with the Portuguese. I don't think it's the best cav archer sit by any means, but cav archer is a cav archer, right? And 90 eco for red as well. He's done a great job. Like blue had a lot of annoying pressure in these corners. And sergeants, if they can find the proper positions, can be really difficult to deal with. All right, chat. Can someone say lumber camp for me? Blue, you're stressing me out here. There we go. See, it works. There we go. See, guys? You say it, it happens. How about this? Bracer. No. Okay. I tried. Does have Bodkin. Elite Skirm could come in eventually. Just really needs the wood, and now the villagers will drop off the wood a lot easier. Just love the resources for Red right now. Like, Red is living an absolute dream. Wonder if Red will maybe make trebs to go for this. Elite Sergeant here from Theo. Again, his icon was the Sergeant. Like, that is what Theo makes. Live by the Sergeant, die by the Sergeant. Speaking of, these Sergeants have been forgotten about. The 6 Sergeants. Sounds like a B-tier movie. Produced by some high school theater kids. Then the 6 Sergeants. They've been forgotten by their people. But they found some value. And it all starts here. Okay, these 3 villagers get killed. So nice job from Red to be active. Red did not garrison here. Maybe tried to? Yeah, notice how Red doesn't ring the bell and garrisons? And because if the bell was wrong, then all of this eco goes idle as well. Red's on a great pace to be a really solid player. Any bell ringers in chat? If you're a bell ringer, again, we just ask questions, no judgment. How much of it is laziness? Just because it's easier, and how much of it is because you think it's more effective? As a former bell ringer, I would say a lot of it's just kind of laziness. You're just like, it's so much easier to just click a button than have to learn an extra skill, right? So I would just encourage you, just get used to it, you know? Yes, but I panic. Stupidity in my case, smiley face. Okay. I am the epitome of laziness. Bell is a panic button, and I live in fear. Doesn't the bell make you more panicked or more anxious? Because if I hear the bell when I'm casting, it makes me anxious. But it might make me anxious because I don't like the bell to be used by players. I actually think the bell is adding to your panic. Unless you're like Parika and like the bell sound. Okay. This is kind of interesting from Blue, though. Like, if he would have completed this, he wants to stream in sergeants from the corners. That's actually really smart. Oh, God, Red. Oh, no. Okay. So, guys, researching coinage doesn't give you coins. Remember, it doesn't give you gold. I know you think, ooh, gold's important. Ooh, a gold coin. Ooh, a shiny coin. Boop. No, it doesn't. It's a trap. Coinage, you're spending gold, so you're giving more resources. There's less tax when you send resources to an ally. It's a 1v1. Coinage doesn't help, but that does help. The trade cart with the gold in it, that does actually help. So easy to confuse the two. I think Red probably knows these things. He's probably like, we'll just get them both. That way I don't have to read. Blue isn't dead yet, guys. Blue has not been killed yet. Blue has 4 TCs producing villagers. Red seems to be really focused on building up a nice position. But Red has an attacking problem. Red is not very offensive, I'm noticing. And there is the First Crusade upgrade. Now, you don't hear it when spectating, which is kind of sad. But in-game, you do actually hear a roar. You do hear like a bunch of men screaming when that tech is researched. And I imagine that could be pretty jarring if you've never heard it before. Raw! There we go. That's my First Crusade. I think it's the same sound as Revolution the Burgundians make. So now Red's probably like, huh? Are they back here screaming? What's happening? I like what Red is doing. He's trying to protect the trade, and once he feels that he has his defenses set up, then he will push. And I think with this line of castles, he's like, okay, now we can make trebs. Now we can push. Blue is going to build up a bunch of skirms. My guess is that blue desperately wants to stick to the game plan and build something down here. So it's going to run down here with the army next and just never do anything about this area. Just my prediction. What'd you guys think of the T90 sound mod update? Of course, all the comments said, T90, you need to play. You need to play with it. Maybe I'll compromise and play like one game against the extreme AI with it and upload it to YouTube, but a full game would be painful. Someone says, I've been watching Elo Legends long enough to hear you explain coinage 100 times. What about banking? More coins! The first one was 1 coin. This is like 15 of them. Banking is also more expensive and also eliminates more tax. So that does not help you here. You know, I always feel the need to explain it, even though I think you guys probably heard it a million times. It's always tricky for me, right? Because it's like, if I just giggle at it and say he's doing it again, and then you giggle at it and say he's doing it again, there's going to be one poor soul who has no clue why that's funny. Nice little trade heist here from Red. And down goes one dungeon, and down will go the next. But it's like, on one hand, you don't want to annoy your audience by repeating yourself a million times. On the other hand, you do really have to talk about things. So I try and find a balance where it's like, or even like inform people while not directly saying something sometimes. So I do my best. Blue's making a ton of army with good upgrades too. Like the sergeants are elite with full armor. The skirms could be further upgraded, but... And Red doesn't seem to be very aggressive. Like, if Red were to lose this whole army here, might freak out and just call it. I don't know Jose's mentality, though. Surely they should just disable coinage and banking in 1v1s. I don't think it's that easy, and I also kind of like it. It's kind of like a little Easter egg. I kind of like the fact it's in the game. I don't know if it's easy to just remove text from buildings like that. So I would like them to keep it. Even if it's just selfishly so I could see it researched in Elo Legends and, you know, think it's funny. I mean, the Cav Archers are going to do 1 damage a hit. Yeah, because the Sergeants have 8 Pierce Armor. The Cav Archers do 8 damage. So they do 1 damage a hit. The Organ Guns, though, they're gunpowder. And they are elite. So they should do much better here. Oh my god, this is a big, massive units. Oh my goodness. The Sergeants will do decent damage to the organs when they get in close. It's just, can they survive? I think Blue could maybe win this fight, guys. Sergeants and Skirms. Reds, Trebs, we're looking to push forward. Oh, Blue, attack, 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 attack. Just throwing units into the meat grinder here, but Theo is still alive. And he had a plan. The plan was make sergeants. He's certainly committed to that. He's going to have 60 of them soon. No siege, though, to take down any castles. So if Red just backs up towards the castle fire, maybe Blue will back away. This is pretty good, though. Nice job. Nice recovery from Blue. Normally, you look at a player's economy and you think that's just going to decide who wins the game. But in this case, Red can't keep up with Blue's production. And Blue made a lot more dungeons back there to produce the sergeants out of, which is really smart. Wow, man, these sergeants are great against the castle fire, too. We've got villagers getting wrecked left and right. The population's still so high for Blue. Blue, like, Red is more organs in queue and will eventually get more, but it's going to lose a lot more in the process. It's going to lose the TC as well. Crazy. We'll see if Red can save these vills. Like, if Red loses 15 vills and then loses this corner, this could be awful. Because we know Blue is going to make more dungeons at some point. Skirmishers are taking out the TC. Some of the sergeants are helping. Villagers are getting slaughtered. Red is completely overwhelmed. What? What? Red is 14 trebs out of nowhere. Huh? Oh my god. And he's not only going for the castle, he's going for the whole housing eco for Blue. Oh my god. Meanwhile, Blue's feeling like a god. We know blue doesn't know about this, right? Because blue loves to ring the bell. Blue is not going to be able to produce anything because he's not going to have houses. What in God's name was that, red? Lose your entire army into a 14 trebuchet push. There's no protection. I don't think blue has any clue. I think blue is still looking at this. Blue has no clue that's happening. This is amazing. Look, the villagers still building houses here. Blue, notice it. Where are the new dungeons go? You can't make new sergeants out of the dungeons. I forgot. You can't make houses. Oh, wait. Okay, blue's going to make houses back here. Does this mean blue noticed? Oh, he noticed. He noticed. He noticed. Look at him. Quick. Build faster, guys. Build faster. Red, this is your time, dude. Strike while the iron's hot, please. Take out everything you can. Blue can't make more army. Red, whatever you do, don't kill Blue's army here, because then he can make more at home, okay? Let your eco die. It's all part of the strat. Have you ever seen anything like this? Blue has the military in queue, but now he's losing TCs. TCs also have pop space. These 14 trebs, man, are just hilarious. Okay, blue is no longer housed now. Okay, for a second, he's no longer housed. The sergeants are on the way. He's housed again because he lost the TC. All right. Villagers are still building houses. He's housed more. He's no longer housed. He's housed again. Okay, now red, you got to run. Blue is in your eco. Oh my God, that's a lot of organs. What? Red, you have nothing on gold right now. You need trebs. This game's insane. Red, get out of here. Blue has no town centers. Blue barely has houses. Blue just lost a yurt. Blue, don't build that yet. Blue, don't build that TC yet, please. Farms are getting trebbed. The trebs continue to work, but blue, don't build the TC yet. Blue, don't. Okay, another TC's gonna go down. But the trebs are going down. And, you know, maybe, I don't know what happens from here. They both have 60 vills. They both could trade. And Jose is upset. And he says, here, let's make this accurate. Pay to win. I don't know if you heard the beep there. I haven't used the bleep in a long time. Jose is upset with the unit choice that blue is making. And he is saying it is a pay to win game. Jose, you know what you have to pay a lot of resources for to win? Trebuchets. That's a lot of trebs, my friend. So he's not a fan of the sergeants. I do have to say, of all the civs that you could say are pay to win, saying the Sicilians are pay to win is a little funny. I mean, if you're talking about the Bohemians or the Burgundians on Arena, you want to talk about the Georgians and the regenerating scouts, you know, the Sicilians, I mean, even the Portuguese are pretty strong. I don't know. But listen, sometimes people get upset, and that's life. And red, he got it out of his system. Blue hasn't said anything. And where are we? We've got 100 pop for blue. 0 town centers for blue. 0. And red has 73 organ guns. Okay, so here's the deal. Blue leaves. Okay, blue sees the organ guns and leaves. The game ends. Forget what red said about pay to win. Red played really well. He survived. The 14 trebs put blue in a state where blue didn't think that he could ever stabilize again. And what a funny, funny game there. I mean, listen, we knew blue would make the sergeants. Took him a bit of time to get there. I think he deserves a salute here, guys. I mean, both players do, right? Red wasn't mean to his opponent. He got a little annoyed with the Civ. He lashed out. It's fine. But both players played a great game. But, like, guys, The thinking here from Red, just to go back to it, to like, I mean, I didn't even see he had the trebs. Where were they? Where did he have? Oh, I didn't have them at this point. Duh. Okay, so at one point, he's making trebs at some point. And like, his main base starts to get pushed like crazy. And he just, what did he see at that point? He just knew the castle was there. He's like losing badly. And he thinks, well, I got to try something. And that something won the game for him, maybe. Listen, if he doesn't treb down these houses, if he doesn't treb down this castle, if he doesn't treb down 4 TCs, I think blue figures it out, honestly. Like these trebs, I actually want to go back to right before they were killed, because I should be able to see the amount of damage that they did. Took so long. He wiped up the whole base. Okay, so now they're all alive, right? Let's see. We select 14 trebs. They dealt 42,000 damage. And also killed 2 villagers. But 42,000. A castle has 4,800 HP without HP upgrades, okay? He just destroyed so freaking much. And also, of course, I mean, imagine being blue when you finally notice this and you see this line. Like, if that's not intimidating, I don't know what is. I also don't know if he noticed that. But that was a proper low elo legend game. Well played to both of them. Funny ending there. KD was pretty close. I do think, like, Red had better overall gameplay. He just did. Like, I thought Red was going to win this game. I didn't think Blue had any chance. But Red was a little passive, which gave Blue a chance. It was better overall economy from Red. You know, good structure to things. Also, organ guns just ended up being the perfect unit there against what he was up against too. I don't know there, Red. I think he might consider Portuguese pay to win. But still a really good game. Well played to them. And that's going to be on YouTube for sure.